If your ClickUp folders are packed with lists and it's hard to tell what is active, what is done, or where new work should go, subfolders are here to help. Subfolders add one simple layer between folders and lists so you can group work by client, project, or phase without rebuilding your whole workspace. By the end of this video, you'll know practical ways to use subfolders for different teams and how to keep your structure clear as you grow. And you can use any one of these patterns on its own or mix and match them for your workspace. Let's start with an agency. Your team has a space called Client Services. Inside that space, you keep a folder for each client. At first, one folder per client works fine. You add a list for brand work, another list for campaigns, and another for retainers. But a few months later, each client has a long stack of lists. Some are active projects, some are old audits, some are ongoing retainers, and no one is sure if that Campaign 2023 list is still in use. The sidebar scrolls for a while, and new teammates are not sure where to put new work. This is usually a sign that you're ready for a better structure. With subfolders, here's the pattern this agency can move to. They keep one folder per client, but inside that folder, they use subfolders to separate types of work. For each client, they create 3 subfolders: active engagements for current projects, retainers for ongoing work with a steady scope, and completed work for anything that is done but still needs to be visible. Lists now live inside the right subfolder. A new social campaign list goes into active engagements, a monthly design queue lives in retainers, and old audits move into completed work, so they stay searchable but don't clutter active views. First, this tells every account manager exactly where new work belongs. If it's current delivery, it goes into active engagements. If it's a long-running service, it goes into retainers. And if it's done, it moves to completed work. Second, it makes reporting easier. Leaders can build dashboards that filter to one client folder and only the active engagement subfolders. That keeps their metrics focused on what's actually in flight. And third, it keeps permissions simple. The whole client folder can stay shared with the right account team. If you want a more restricted place for internal planning, you can add a dedicated subfolder for that with tighter access. Now let's take a look at a project manager or program coordinator running a long cross-department university initiative. Let's say you own the launch of a new degree program that will run across multiple terms. You have one folder for the program and one large list that holds every task across curriculum development, faculty hiring, accreditation, marketing and enrollment, and facilities and technology. At first, that list works, but over time, you have hundreds of tasks owned by different departments and in different phases, and it becomes hard to see which work belongs to which group or moment in the timeline. You can use custom fields and views, but it still feels like you're forcing completely different workflows into one container. Here's how subfolders fix that. You keep the top level folder for the program. Then you create subfolders for each major discipline that has its own workflow, like curriculum development, faculty hiring, accreditation, marketing and enrollment, and facilities and technology. Inside each subfolder, you keep lists by project or phase for that team. For example, under marketing and enrollment, you might have lists for campaign planning, open house events, and enrollment operations. Tasks live within the department that owns the work right now, in a space that matches how that team actually runs projects. This structure makes it easy to answer 2 questions. Number 1, what is happening in this part of the program? You can open a subfolder like marketing and enrollment and see every list and view that matters for that department. And question number 2, how is the program doing overall? In dashboards, you can filter cards to the whole program folder or to just one subfolder if you want to check in on a single discipline. Now, let's zoom into a product launch. Your company is getting ready to ship dark mode. Marketing, product and engineering, and sales and CS are all involved. Everyone drops their work into the same campaigns folder or makes their own folder somewhere else. Pretty soon, you have email campaigns, paid ads, enablement tasks, and engineering work all living in different places. When someone asks, what are we doing for the Q3 dark mode launch? There's no single place to see the full picture. Here's the structure that pulls everything together. Instead of a one catch-all campaigns folder, the team creates a dedicated folder for the launch itself named Q3 Feature Launch Dark Mode, with subfolders named Marketing Campaigns, Product and Engineering, and Sales and CS Enablement. The difference is that every list now sits under the discipline that owns it, inside one launch folder. This pattern is about alignment. Everyone working on the launch can open a single folder and see every stream of work that rolls up to the same outcome. Marketing knows which campaigns are live, Product and Engineering can track the build and testing work, and Sales and CS can see exactly how they're preparing customers. Leaders can slice this structure however they need. For example, they can build a dashboard that only pulls tasks from the Marketing Campaign subfolder, or one that looks at all lists in the Q3 Feature Launch folder to see total effort across teams. Now that you've seen a few scenarios, let's turn them into steps. Before you create anything, pick one space and one folder where subfolders will make the biggest difference. That might be a client folder with too many lists, a long-running program, or a department with mixed audiences. Once you have a plan, you're ready to build in the sidebar. From the sidebar, expand your space and find the folder you just planned. Click the plus icon and create a new folder inside it. That new folder becomes a subfolder. Name each subfolder using a clear convention, like client name engagements, program launch, or campaigns active. Short, descriptive names make your hierarchy easier to scan. And remember, subfolders support one level of nesting. Aim for a simple pattern like space, folder, subfolder, then lists and tasks. If you're tempted to nest deeper, you probably want more lists or clearer naming instead. You can also drag an existing folder on top of another folder to convert it into a subfolder. If you already have lists in the parent folder, drag them into the right subfolder. As you move each list, check the breadcrumb at the top of the screen. You should see the full path so teammates can tell exactly where they are. In this video, you saw how an agency, a project manager, and a marketing team all use the same feature in slightly different ways. And now, it's your turn. Start using subfolders in your workspace today, and let us know what you think.